which, by the way, women's soccer off to a strong start.
Right.
Keeping up with the Kardashians, your team was very, very creative, Coach. I like what I see so far.
That's good. I'll wait to see it. Yeah, no comment.
Absolutely. Gary Curneen joining us here on Roadrunner Rundown. Your spring season is complete. Your exhibition matches are over. A 1-1-1 record. Obviously, you're excited about that as you move forward to the summer and then the fall.
Yeah. We feel like we've made a lot of progress. We feel like we got the foundation laid, which we needed to do. I think up until when we first got there, our first 6 months was, I think, what the culture we were fighting was a lot of generalizations, a lot of let's just go work hard, let's try our best, and there was no real standards.
Yeah.
So in setting standards, we've finally been able to set standards in academics, set standards in the physical, in the gym, set standards in the way we train, the community service, the hours needed. So there's actually a standard for everything now. That allows us now to manage it and control it and improve it. And then it's really helped our culture. So the games have been good. Riverside beat us in the fall quite comfortably. That was a physical test for us, and we competed well against them. Stanislas was more of a test of dealing with speed over the top, and we did okay. We probably struggled the most in that. And then San Bernardino was a test of what are we going to do when we've got the ball most of the time.
Yeah.
And we did that really, really well. So there was 3 different games, 3 different tests with a smaller squad. We were happy to get out of it with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, the spring is tough for you guys because you have a recruiting class of about 75 coming in. So you don't have your entire roster for the fall here yet. You've got, like you said, kind of some foundation players. So what were you kind of looking for with them, like you said, with a limited roster in the spring?
Yeah, it was all about working better and, like I said, establishing a standard in everything. So now, I felt our training and I felt our culture was sporadic in the fall. It was maybe one day a week we would really hit what we needed to hit on the practice field. With a smaller group, maybe it's because there's less hiding places. Maybe it's because they get more attention, or maybe it's just a little bit of experience. We've got 9 freshmen in that group, and they've done really, really well. And in that there, Clifton and Katie have done a great job on the field with them as well. So we feel as if we've made a lot of progress, and we feel as if listen, you never get too carried away. It's the spring season, but at the same time, without a culture, like any college coach will tell you, you're just any success you have is going to be short-lived. If you want it to be sustainable, you need to get that culture right, and we feel now that culture is getting there, and now there's a foundation that, like I said, it's a foundation, so it needs to be improved. So it doesn't guarantee a success, but it puts us on the right road.
And as we mentioned, a big recruiting class coming in the fall, and then you get the honor of hosting the WAC tournament next year.
Yeah,
well. So
nothing like a bit of pressure. Yeah.
What obviously your goal, first and foremost, is to get in the WAC tournament, and qualify to be there, and then of course you'll be at home as well. And we saw what that did for the volleyball team last year, going in as the 3 seed and winning it at home. So I mean, is that kind of in the back of your mind, like let's just handle our business in the conference next year and get into the tournament and see what the heck's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, where we need to be, I think it's a phenomenal, prize at the end of the road. But for us, we've got to be able to get a few things in place before that. Which, like I said, we felt last year in going out of the conference tournament against New Mexico up in Seattle. It wasn't a surprise because we felt as if had we got to a conference tournament final, like men's soccer did or volleyball did, I feel personally that we would have been lucky to do that.
Right.
So we've got to get these things in place, and we feel like we've got a good opportunity, and we feel now that with the girls a little bit more comfortable in what we're looking for them, we've got a good chance to get there. So I think the challenge for us has always been travel in our conference, and that eliminates that there. So we're really excited about it, but unless we hit what we need to hit before that, we're just going to be hosts.
Sure. Yeah, and you guys you're the first sport to really get rolling. I mean, you start practicing early August. So what between now and then, what are you doing? Your coaches, your student athletes, you get ready for that?
Yeah, the girls are back in the gym. I mean, Zach's done a phenomenal job. Zach Perkins has done a brilliant job with the girls. He's been working with them really I suppose, intensively for the past 6 months, and we've seen real. Our girls were in there this morning. Now, when you've got a group of players that are wanting to get in the gym and work, that says a lot about, one, the culture, and two, the guy who's running it. So he's been brilliant. So they're in with him 3-4 days a week. They're doing some positional work with the coaches 2 days a week. The academics, we want that. We want that academic award on the Rowdies.
Yeah.
And we also want to be the top sport at the end of the year. So, like, Melissa has done a phenomenal job with that there. So we need to finish whereas last year when we were done with the games, we were done for the season. Now we're like, right, let's set ourselves up for success. And then, this is a group of players who, if you're going to add, 15 to 16 players on top, if they come in and there's a culture already in place, it makes it easier. So, and the relationships are important. Bringing in 16 players who are it's going to change the dynamics of this group. There's players, there's upperclassmen who are going to be sitting on the bench watching games. So unless the relationships are set and people can connect with each other before they come in, it doesn't matter how good we are. If there's cliques and if there's factions in the groups, then we're going to struggle. So we've got to make sure that there's taken care of too.
All right, Coach. Well, congrats on a good spring season. We got to get out of here, but we'll be updating you in the fall for sure. You're the first ones going, so we'll talk to you then.
Brilliant.